Currently, I'm the Managing Director of Student Disability Services here at Texas Tech, but I also serve as the Campus ADA Coordinator, which is my primary role here today is talking about accommodations and how we're going to address those as we move to an online platform. Well, I think first and foremost, sometimes a misconception is that when we move to an online platform that we move away from accommodations. And so what's important to keep in mind is that we actually do not. Accommodations may look different online, but we're still required to provide them. And so we want to help faculty understand how these accommodations are going to look online and the fact that we'd still have to provide them. But we're also here as a resource through the Student Disability Services Office to help them if they have questions about how accommodations are going to look online. Obviously, this is a very fluid situation that we're currently looking at. I know that currently faculty that have testing accommodations like to send those students over to the Academic Testing Center or the Student Disability Services Office. At this time, we're not sure that that's going to be available, and so it's going to be important for faculty to understand that they need to try as much as possible to build in the testing component itself into Blackboard, and then understand how they can make adjustments to that exam within the Blackboard environment to accommodate students. For example, they can go into the Blackboard platform and adjust the time component for each individual student. So if you have a 2-hour exam and you have a student that gets an extra hour, you can go in and set their time separately so that they get a full 3 hours instead of 2 hours to take the exam. It's also important to remember that the extra time component in an online platform normally only applies to a timed exam. So if they have assignments that are supposed to be due on a Monday, it's been open for a week, those won't apply to the extra time component. The faculty can just set those as a regular assignment to be assigned on a certain date and due on a certain date. So they won't have to worry about extra time for that. They just need to focus on the online testing component that will be timed. On the online platform really isn't any different than a face-to-face course in that everything that we provide to the students in terms of material must be accessible. Obviously, as we move to this platform, if you don't have everything captioned and checked for accessibility, we'll be working with you on that. There are some options that the e-learning office can certainly work with you on to help you identify the best way to get a lecture up using video captioning as much as possible. The key there is to take advantage of all the resources that are available to you as a faculty member. The e-learning office has lots of available help there as well. They can help you do that. But the key to remember is that we need to focus on making sure that our materials are still accessible even in an online format.